Well, I think so. You know, they've been on a real good roll. You look at their last 10 games; they're the two hottest teams in the last 10 games. So it gives us some confidence. They both play extremely well, and we had to play extremely well against both teams. Obviously, to get points.
So, how important is it to get Arnie back off the schneid?
Well, I thought it was really important. You know, you look at the last couple of games. You know, Sully sort of got rewarded against Montreal, Leggy against San Jose, and Arnie tonight. And you know, the thing was, in the last couple of games, Arnie's been getting some really good chances, and nothing's been going in. And the biggest thing is they stayed working. The whole line stayed working, and they get rewarded for it. It's when you stop working is when you don't get rewarded. So, you know, they were getting a little bit frustrated, and I know Arnie was getting a touch frustrated, but he stayed working, and that's really important. When you're frustrated, you just stay working and stay positive, and good things will happen, and that's what he did.
How much does the whole team have to deal with frustration, I guess, tonight against their system as much as
they played a really structured system, and I thought the first period we did a pretty good job. You know, it was a low sort of shot totals, and they deflect, they wedge in the middle, and we haven't seen that for a while, as much structure in the way they play, and it was actually good for us to play a team that you have to be a little more patient, and you have to sort of work for every inch. They don't give you a whole lot, so you have to work for those inches. And I thought, you know, in the second period, we didn't manage the neutral zone the way we had to. Some poor decisions. We didn't move the puck quickly, especially some of our defensemen. They were, as you would say, you know, they sort of double clutched a few times, and then when you do that, you end up, you know, just turning the puck over. And they're a great transition team. They got guys like Preds, who's, I think he's just an outstanding player. I really, you know, we don't get to see him a whole lot. He's one of those players that he catches your eye every time he's out. And you know, he was dangerous all night, and obviously he's still got 2 goals, and we were paying a lot of attention to him.
Sully's been a frequent shootout guy for you. What made you think maybe?
Well, we talked about it before. You know, Sully hasn't had great success in the shootouts this year, and a little bit towards last year. You know, he didn't have great success. So we talked about there's certain tendencies that Marty Brodeur has, and talked to Mitch Korn before the game. We watched a lot of the shootout goals, and there's certain things that Marty can do. He has that sort of forehand move. He has a backhand move. But I talked to him on the bench and said, you know, I want you to use your forehand move. He's going to drop his knee, and he did it, and he executed it, and that's what you do.
What they do to answer both times, they get much more aggressive when you got the lead those 2 times.
You know, on the second goal, they just drove the net real hard. We didn't get I believe we didn't get the puck deep enough. They were throwing. They were really good on transition on line changes. I thought I did a fairly poor job of keeping the puck away from Marty Brodeur. He thought he handled it seemed like 100 times today, and they just transitioned very well. And they drove the middle, and I can't remember who it went behind and fed it in front. And then Prezi was just heavy on the stick, and he drove the middle lane. He got a stick on it, and it just rolled over Peck's pad. So that's just a good hockey play, nothing more than anything. But they had a good push on at the end. Prezi was extremely competitive and elusive, and Elias is a great player as well. And they were real dangerous because they had and Zajac. So, you know, I had him with Team Canada. That's a real good line when they put them together. So. They were dangerous.
2-2 was very disruptive in the second period, but showed a lot of restraint. Was that kind of more?
Yeah, we just said, you know, Toots, you don't have to. I just want you to play. You just be hard on people. And he played. They were trying to goad him into a few majors, Peters, I believe, and even Clarkson. And Toots just played. He played hard, and you know, they wanted to get him off of his game, and he got them off their game.
If you had, at the start of the season, if you'd only thought there would be 2 fighting majors at this point, would that have been a surprise to you? That
would have been a surprise to me. There's no question. But you know, as long as you play hard, it's you know, you can play hard and still play a real effective game, and you don't have to always fight. And that's nothing that we don't want to fight. But there's just times when you do, and there's times that it's not necessary. And right now, Toots has got a really good game. I thought when I made the switch, I put Marty Erat with Gotch and Tutu. I thought it got Marty's game going. Marty was skating better. They were a pretty effective line. You know, so sometimes you throw a little bit of strange combinations, if you will, and it gets certain people going. And today I made that switch, and you know, Marty seemed to pick up his game, and Toots was real effective. I mean, he can get under people's skin and do it legally without you know, taking penalties or having to just drop the gloves and fight. He's been pretty effective.
Was there any confusion on the bench after the Sajak shootout goal?
A little bit, because you know, you look at it and you go, did the puck stop? And really the momentum of the puck never stopped, and he didn't go in a different direction. He went into a slide. It's just like going, you know from left to right. So he didn't come to a stop, and the puck didn't come to a stop. If the puck had come to a stop and then he reached back and knocked it in, that would have not been a goal, but the puck was still moving, so it was the right call.
Had you seen anything like that before?
In this game, you've seen a lot of strange things, and I think Pex just thought it was over and for a second, and then he sort of, it's a little chip shot, and all of a sudden it goes over, you know, his blocker. So, but I thought Pex was outstanding in a shootout. He had Zach Parise, who was one of the best going in terms of goal scorers in this league, and Langenbruder, he made an outstanding save, recovery, and just you saw the athleticism that Pex has. And then the third one, he was just solid. I mean the Zajac one threw him off, but you know, he was solid, and then all of a sudden you just sort of get one of those fluke things where last minute he chips it and you're not expecting it. But you know, the first and second saves won us the game, and then Marty executed in a shootout as well as Santarelli, and that was great for us.